faculty members of the Yoga Vigyan department and the head of the department, Lakshmi Narayanji, who are engaged in organizing various programs on yoga. Yoga is meant to correct not only mental but also physical and spiritual health. So our department is organizing many programs, and already some programs are running from month for public and for the staff members and students of our university. And now they have come forward to organize webinar, 8 webinars from today onwards. We are knowing that this government, Modi ji, has come forward to focus on Indian science, Indian knowledge, and all among all the shastras, yoga is the best shastra. The yoga is the best contribution of Indian scholars, Indian rishis, seers to the world. And now 21st June is recognized as the Yoga Day, and that is International Yoga Days. And keeping in view the International Yoga Day, our department, Yoga Vigyan department, has come forward to organize 8 webinars from today onwards. So this is the first webinar where our speaker, a great speaker, great renowned scholar, G. Gowda ji, has come to deliver his lecture, and many participants from all over India and abroad have joined this program. So I congratulate all the participants, and this is the best knowledge, yoga. And if you learn yoga, we can have good health, not only physical, but also mental, good sound health. So we will have by practicing yoga. Yoga karmasu kausalam. If we practice yoga, we can do all the works of the day efficiently and smoothly, to conduct, to do all the works very smoothly and in enjoyable manner. So we should practice yoga every day in the morning. And our Lakshmi Narayanji is very well versed in this Shastra, and he is teaching, he is practicing for yoga and all the asanas for the participants. Now he has he is conducting webinar, and this webinar he is he is focusing on different topic, and keeping in view that yoga and health. Yoga is meant for health. Yoga is meant for health, and not only physical, but also mental health. And you see, when Arjuna was not fit mentally to fight, he was not overcoming from the his weakness. Then Krishna preached him this yoga in the battlefield of Mahabharata. So Krishna thought to remove him all the thoughts, unnecessary thoughts of his mind. He preached the yoga to Krishna. Krishna told Arjuna, you have to overcome all the weaknesses. You have to stand, and you have to know your goal, and then you have to proceed to achieve your goal. So we should take our goal, and we should not deviate from our goal. We should control ourselves. So if we control ourselves, we can control the world. So what is called in our yoga? We should control ourselves. And if we control ourselves, world is controlled. If we do not control ourselves, world is not controlled. So what this yoga is, to control our mind, to control our body, to keep our body ready for all the works, for all the duties. So this is the meaning of yoga. Yoga keeps us ready to do all the works very smoothly, and to keep us always satisfied and happy. So we are getting good health, means we are getting happiness by yoga. We feel that we are fit, we are fine, we are eligible to do, we are capable to do anything. So this yoga is giving such capacity. So now your department of Yoga Vijnana has of our university has come forward to conduct 8 webinars on the yoga and health. So I congratulate once again Lakshmi Narayanji, the head of department, and other faculty members of this department, and they deserve our appreciation. and I feel that he is making our university very vibrant. This many participants are coming forward, and many participants are practicing yoga in our campus from 1 month. And so I see that he has made this subject very vibrant in this locality of Tirupati and Andhra, not only Andhra, in India. So once again, on behalf of our university, I extend a warm welcome to today's speaker Gaudaji and department head Lakshmi Narayanji, and thank you all the participants. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspirational motivation of the participants. Thank you very much, sir. Now, it's a pleasure for me to introduce our speaker, Professor Paran Gowda, sir. Basically, an IITian, and at present, sir is a scientist and a dean of Patanjali Yoga University, Haridwar. Sir is completed his graduation BSc in physics, his master's degree in nuclear physics, and completed his doctorate in IIT Bombay. Sir is well versed in nearly 8 languages. They are Marathi, Kannada, English, Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, etc. Sir is today he is going to speak on the topic which is very interesting. The topic itself is very attractive. Use of artificial intelligence in designing algorithm to predict yoga approach towards positive health and wellness. This is a subject in which we should all be deeply interested, because through practicing yoga and meditation, we can best ensure our holistic well-being. Sir is also the practitioner of yoga and meditation for the last 30 years. He is collaborated with Kapart, Echo, USA-based DST, etc., also facilitating and guiding non-governmental organizations across the country in preparing the project proposals, funds generation, and supporting their endeavors in serving the humanity for the last 2.5 decades from 1985 onwards. Sir has provided strategic support to premier organizations like Gram Vikas Foundation of India, Arogya Foundation of India, Vivekananda Girijan Kendra, etc. For his credit, he has published about 70 research papers in national and international journals under UGC Care List category A and B. To mention a few: International Journal of Energy Research, American Institute of Physics, Journal of Propulsion and Power, Opinion and Perspective. These are the highly reputed journals where Sir was published his papers. We are fortunate to have on this occasion, sir. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Paran Gowda, sir, on this great occasion. Welcoming you, sir. Thank you, sir. Please. Mic is handed over to you, sir. Please continue, sir. Sir, you are in mute, sir. Please, sir. You are in mute, sir. Please unmute, sir.
నమస్కారం సార్ అందరికీ. గౌరవనీయులైన వైస్ ఛాన్సలర్ జీ లక్ష్మీనారాయణ గారికి, మళ్ళీ ఇతర పెద్దవారికి అందరికీ నా నమస్కారం. స్లైడ్స్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ స్టార్ట్ చేసే ముందర ఒకసారి లార్డ్ వెంకటేశ్వర, తిరుపతి అంటే లార్డ్ వెంకటేశ్వర. సో ఫస్ట్ లార్డ్ వెంకటేశ్వర గారి బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ ఒక స్లైడ్ లాస్ట్ లో ఉంది. మిస్టర్ రాహుల్, కెన్ యూ షేర్ దట్ స్లైడ్?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2 minutes.
last slide.
You want to see last slide, sir?
Yeah.
Just 2 minutes, sir.
కాదు లాస్ట్ స్లైడ్ లార్డ్ వెంకటేశ్వరది ఉండాలా? ఓకే, 7th స్లైడ్. ఇప్పుడు లేటెస్ట్ పంపించింది కదా ఆ స్లైడ్. మొదలు దాంట్లో లేదు. ది అర్లియర్ స్లైడ్స్. కమ్ టు ద లాస్ట్ స్లైడ్.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. In case if you are not finding. Okay, let us. So what the last slide was about Lord Venkateswara. So I wanted. Yeah. Yes, correct. See, anything Tirupati means Lord Venkateswara. Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Lord Venkateswara, whenever we talk of Tirupati, it's Lord Venkateswara comes. So I thought that, okay, let us start with Lord Venkateswara. Put the slide, Rahul.
Yes, sir. One minute.
Yeah. So let us pray before presenting the topic. Om Namo Narayanaya Klesha Vinashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So this is the slide before getting into the presentation. So Lord Venkateswara may be remembered, and his blessings will help all of us. So let us start from the first slide, Rahul. Let us go back to the first slide. Okay. So today's workshop is on title, first slide. Yeah. Today's workshop is on holistic approach of yoga to promote positive health. Now, this is the general theme of the workshop. Now, exact topic, which is a need to prove the concept of yoga, to prove the concept of Bhagavad Gita, textbooks, slokas, where Sanskrit department is involved. Can you hear? Is it audible?
Yes, sir. Audible. Please continue.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Okay. So today's topic is use of artificial intelligence in designing algorithm to predict yoga approach towards positive health and wellness. This is by my student Anjali also. She involved in this process of preparing the slides and the topic. And the topic of research was Bhagavad Gita. So a lot of emphasis is made on Bhagavad Gita also. Now, before going into the topic details, let us understand the basic terms. See, we are using the words like holistic approach, yoga, positive health, promoting. These are the basic terminologies we have to be clearly understood, because in the computer when we talk, each word has to be very clear and it should have the in-depth meaning. So little bit we'll understand what is a holistic approach. Rahul, can you show the second slide? Okay. There are two dimensions in the holistic approach. One is philosophical and another is medical. Now, what is philosophical approach towards the yoga? So, basically, philosophical approach, it talks about the Atma joining the Antaratma, or soul connected to universal soul. This is the philosophical meaning. And what about the practical therapy point of view and medical physiological prospects? It's basically we have to keep our body-mind system well through the process of yoga. With this process, one can see that the overall personality, the overall well-being of a person can be understood. So once you know this particular wellness concept of body-mind, first of all, why we have taken the topic positive health? Why yoga helps only positive health? When Arjuna was in Mahabharata, he was a depressed, his mind was depressed and he was not ready to fight. Psychologically, mentally, he was unfit to fight. Physically, though he is strong. Now, that is the negative health. That health was not appropriate. His mind setup was not good. So it was a negative health. How negative health of the mind, how the status of mind can be altered through the yoga method, positive health. Now let us take practically about the Indian population. What is the government of India's? How many people are fit? How many people have positive health? And how many people have negative health? Now look at the next slide. Rahul, can you show the next slide? See, this is the data we have, the health status in India and at the global level. In India, it is said that 70% of 100.4 crore, that is 1.4 billion people. How many people are mentally not well? The survey was carried out in 2019 and the survey shows that 70.4 crore women and 59.24 men, they are unhealthy. This is the survey. They are unhealthy in the sense they have heart diseases, they have cancer, they have diabetes, and the latest virus victim all over the globe. This is coronavirus, this is 19. All this has affected the humanity. Now, with this negative health, how to convert it into positive health? This is the topic which is very much essential, and with this status of this Indian survey, and the global level, partly the Sanskrit University, the Yoga Vijnana Department, Tirupati, has rightly selected the topic holistic approach. There is a need to discuss this topic, how yoga corrects these mental imbalances, how one can cure the cancer, especially the chronic cancer which will not leave the people. Through yoga, how one can bring the holistic concept, holistic methods to treat the people who are affected mentally. How this is possible. So that's why the workshop title was rightly given to yoga is the right approach. Medically, one can cure the physical thing, but mentally, yoga is very much essential to cure the ailments, and hence it is a positive health and holistic approach. Now, when you next slide, can you show? So this, when you talk of numbers, when you talk of positive health, what is the evidence that we have to cure that yoga can promote positive health? There are many evidences available because earlier, before yoga becoming popular in from 2014, earlier people used to think that yoga is nothing but a ancient old snake charmer's game, but that was not so. That was proven to be false with the regular research work carried out all across India. Now, first work that is carried out, scientific evidence, was given by Chandran and Ranjan. This is 2022, latest research work. This is done in Canada. Our Indian community people, they did this research work. How artificial intelligence from Bhagavad Gita and Patanjali Yoga Sutras help, especially Bhagavad Gita, how Bhagavad Gita helps the positive thinking. Because for positive health, you require positive thinking, and Bhagavad Gita is the right book that one can talk about. In Bhagavad Gita, there are 700 verses, 18 chapters. See, this is a philosophical textbook. How you put the Bhagavad Gita in the modern context. How you prove that every sloka in Bhagavad Gita talks about yoga. That has to be proved scientifically. And that was proved by Chandran and Ranjan through the algorithms developed by them. There is a need for algorithm. See, one can prove statistically also, but there is a need for the artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence more program oriented rather than just statistical formulas. What does this scientific program oriented means? See, when you say artificial intelligence, basically computer program contains two statements, true and false, yes or no. Whereas in statistics, these two statements will not be there. Directly we will go to Gaussian distribution or central distribution, formulas, standard deviation and all that. Here also we make use of the statistics, but through computer, software programming. That's why it is called artificial intelligence, which is different from the statistics, because it contains the program statements. Whereas in statistics is just formula that we apply and get the average standard deviation. But in artificial intelligence, it goes in depth. It collects a lot of data. Data mining is very much essential. Look at the 8 billion people across the world. That data it absorbs in the artificial intelligence programming, and accordingly, an algorithm has to be developed. Now, what these people have done, for the first time, artificial intelligence program was applied on Bhagavad Gita. First, they wanted to know that how many words, they counted the words. Like when you say Atma, in Bhagavad Gita, in 700 slokas, how many times the word Atma or self is repeated? This was done through artificial programming. And they mapped these terminologies and given scientific evidence for Bhagavad Gita slokas through artificial intelligence program. And that's why whenever we chant morning the slokas, Vishnu Sahasranama or any Bhagavad Gita slokas, it gives the positive vibrations. This was first proven through the by these people. The scientific evidence was given for positive thinking. Now, that is number one. Bhagavad Gita, even now in our Supreme Court, everybody testifies before the Bhagavad Gita. There is scientific evidence that Bhagavad Gita is nothing but it talks about the truth. And that is proven through artificial intelligence programming. And that is the evidence we have at present, even in the proving the concept of yoga, which joins soul to universal soul. That is number one evidence why one has to read Bhagavad Gita, why one has to study Bhagavad Gita. All these years we were studying Bhagavad Gita, but without much of the scientific background. Now the scientific background has been proven with this Chandan and Ranjan research work. It's a just recently published research paper. That is number one evidence. So we expect when you take up holistic approach towards yoga, all the people who have the negative body-mind systems or negative health, they should read Bhagavad Gita so that positive thinking takes place. This is one approach, and we are reading for generations, right from Rishi's time, everybody is chanting the slokas. But now it is proved, one sloka when you read, there are 20 times the Atman, the soul concept is proved through artificial intelligence, which I will be presenting in the next slide. Now, coming to the next. See, when yoga was brought about in 2014 by our Prime Minister, present Prime Minister Modi ji, when he brought this yoga concept in United Nations, people, now come to the second slide, Rahul. No, come to the second slide. This one only. Now, third slide. Now, when Modi ji in 2014, when he brought the yoga concept, it is a holistic approach. It's a holistic textbook and it is applicable. It is not just a religion textbook. It's not a Hindu textbook. It is a book. It's a philosophical book suitable for everybody across the world. All 8 billion people has to read the Bhagavad Gita so that they can develop positive thinking and positive attitude. Now, looking at this, 175 countries in the United Nations body, they accepted, yes, this yoga promotes positive health. And this has been continued, and this is the 8th year, this 2022, June 21st, is the 8th year that people have accepted yoga as a universal concept that irrespective of the religion, one can practice yoga. That is the second endorsement given by the UN body. And third one, see, in the 2021, Swati, she's from Maharashtra and she has proven, she established there are 723 references which gives about the therapeutic, the benefits of promoting yoga towards the positive health. From 1976 to 2020, all these years, how many papers are published in a very reputed UGC category B listed journals? See, there are many articles published in category A, but in category B, just to publish one research paper, it takes 1 year. It is not that easy to publish in the category B journals. If you just publish one paper, it's like elsewhere journals, Springer, and then the medical journals. All these are all category B journals which UGC has given a big list of journals. So in that, our Swati madam has published this review article, and it gives evidence that yoga is also a therapeutic technique. So this is how the evidence is available, and yoga promotes positive health across the humanity. Now coming to the next slide. Now, I'm not going into the details how this visualization of top 20 words from Bhagavad Gita has been found. This visualization, these are the 20 words in Bhagavad Gita repeatedly gets counted. See, the x-axis gives the counts. For example, the word self, that is Atma, that is soul. How many times it gets repeated? 500 times. This is artificial intelligence program interpretation. Atma itself gets repeated 500 times. In 2017, some international journal only, manually they counted how many times Atma gets repeated, how many times one can count manually. They could count 20 times. Whereas in the artificial intelligence, which you can see now, it is 500 times. This is the accuracy that one can have through artificial intelligence program on Bhagavad Gita. See, this is the first time that this has been done. One can repeat the process in Sanskrit. One can publish this article in translation, and it will be very useful for the Sanskrit department people, because this is Bhagavad Gita is our national textbook where people take it as a holy textbook. So when this holy textbook has been interpreted scientifically through artificial intelligence, it is 500 times the word gets repeated. Similarly, you can see oneness, that is ultimate, super soul. That gets repeated how many times? Nearly 350 times. You can see the bar diagram. One can observe that words, how it counts. This is something like a counter, no? Artificial intelligence program has counted that top 20 words in Bhagavad Gita, and this Bhagavad Gita is nothing but a textbook of truth and positive thinking, and that has been proven through the artificial intelligence programming, and this has to be further studied. Suppose if you are interested to go further in depth, you require a lot of data. Then one has to collect the data and go locally also. Then definitely one can arrive at a scientific proven facts. Okay, next slide. Now, see, before getting into software program, one has to develop a logical framework. Now, what is that logical framework one has to develop? The logical framework The logical framework is, in technical language, this can be called as algorithm. We don't have to be a technical expert. These are very simple words, simple terms. Algorithm, you don't have to take it as a very technical or engineering word. It is just nothing but a flow diagram. We always represent through diagrammatically. So you can take that meaning here, algorithm. Like a logarithm, no? It is algorithm. It is very easy to, based on our scriptures, one can develop algorithm. This algorithm, it is a predicting, it's a prediction of positive condition and a negative condition, negative health. Now we are interested in positive health and the negative health also. One has to see both. Then one can understand the meaning. I am not going into the details of this process. Just I will briefly summarize what this contains. So these are the true false statements in the algorithm, and that based on the number, one can put the summation sign sigma below and calculate what is the negative and the positive ratio. The positive ratio here in Bhagavad Gita, it comes more than 100%. That is the outcome one can see. I'm not going into the details, but one can understand the overall picture of the logical framework, which will be useful for writing the program further. Now, this is what I briefly I have explained how the yoga concept and how it can be proven, that I tried to explain here, but a lot of research work has to be done to understand it better. Because this also contains statistics. At the end, you can see the sigma sign. But in addition, it contains the true and false statements. This is very important. That's why it is called artificial intelligence. It thinks like human being. Computer thinks like human being through the statements like false or positive. This is how one can develop the research work and prove our yoga, so that every local level one can study appropriately and bring the positive health, positive thinking, attitudinal behavior that can be done. Like for example, there are 52 people I am seeing, 61 people I am seeing here. Suppose if I take 90 people, then at the end I will divide 90 by 60. Nearly 70% people have the positive attitude and development attitude to study the concept of yoga towards promoting the positive health. This is how one can study the yoga concept. Yoga concept is no more a mystical element. It is a concept that deals with the modern health, where thousands, millions of people are getting benefited across the globe. All our research scholars, therapists in India are in great demand. In Patanjali, Swami Ramdev ji always tells, yoga if you combine with Ayurveda, then nobody can beat India. It is both physical and mental.
These are valuable comments here.
So I'll just conclude in another 1 or 2 minutes.
Private
So the Swami Ramdev ji says that we should combine both yoga and Ayurveda. Then only one can see physical and mental benefits, and that's why the products of Patanjali are very popular everywhere. In every wellness center that you have, you will find Ayurvedic doctor and also a yoga or is a trained yoga expert. So yoga and Ayurveda has to go together to maintain the uh, positive health and the wellness all across the humans, all across the humanity. Now in Haridwar also, now we are converted. Great emphasis is given on wellness center. This wellness center is established now in Haridwar, where 2,000 people at a time can get treatment because wellness has become a problem. As you have seen the survey data, 70% people have heart ailments, mental ailments. All this can be cured through Ayurvedic treatment and not through the tablets. So yoga therapy techniques, all this has a great utility in wellness of the human beings. And one can visit Haridwar at any time and see the wellness center where Swamiji in Yogram, he daily gives the lectures in India Today also on how one can combine yoga and Ayurveda to maintain wellness. And Ayurvedic treatments, therapy treatments, yoga therapy treatments, all these are done in Haridwar. Anybody can visit. In fact, Sanskrit department there in Tirupati, Swami Ramdev only has established that center. So he is there, his blessings and the blessings of our great rishis will be there. And we can always promote the yoga concept with Ayurveda so that one can have the positive health prediction scientifically and suitable other things can be developed. This is what I presented. If any questions are there, one can ask. Sarji?
I request the participants, please, any questions, please ask this answer.
Good. Namaskaram, Mahodaya. Hello. Can you hear?
Who is speaking? Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Govind, sir.
Yeah, welcome.
Sir, my question
Please
was
introduce yourself, what you are studying and what you are doing.
Sir, I have been practicing yoga and I'm also a student of Lakshmarana sir and NSU Tirupati. So I'm privileged to be part of this association from past 2 years. And your session was very much valuable and informative, sir. Thank you for that knowledge sharing with us. My question here, sir, I think in this topic, when we are covering, it is more linked with Bhagavad Gita and the word structure which is placed against the positive vibes or positive wellness towards yoga. But is there anything which is more practically or anything has been so far experimented or derived out of this algorithm and which has the some information about it, sir? Hello.
Yes, Govind Garu, you are audible, sir.
Thank you, sir. I think, sir, we are not able to hear them.
Wait a minute, sir. Sorry, I'm just doing something. Please wait a minute, sir. Parag sir? Parag sir? Are you here, sir? Parag sir?
They just left the meeting. I think they will join, I believe, sir.
Wait a minute, sir. Please. Yeah.
I think there is a network problem. Just wait 2 minutes.
Sir Lakshmanan sir, namaste sir.
Sir, Suresh sir. Namaste, sir. Namaste.
Sir. So thank you so much, sir.
Sir, please.
Sir has come. Sir has come.
Yeah, sorry. This laptop no charge went off. Became zero, no? Sorry. Okay, please continue.
Yes, sir. So my question was, I think from the analysis which was presented by you, sir, it shows that Bhagavad Gita and the positive words are linking with yoga and wellness. Right, sir?
Yeah.
So, in terms of anything practically from the yoga derived, those things have been presented or have been experimented from your side, sir?
Sir, it is not it, because this paper I could see just about a month back.
Oh, okay, sir.
That's why I presented, so that everybody can start working on this Bhagavad Gita.
Okay.
How it words, terminologies, especially Sanskrit, has multiple meanings.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be carried out by taking a sample data of some 100 people. And that in algorithm, you have seen the last one, that ratio sensitivity, one can calculate positive health parameters, one can be calculated. That work has not been done.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. But at least it will give us some information to start with.
Yes, definitely preliminary knowledge. Suppose now 100 people, now if you take some 500 people and divide that and get the percentage of positive people in Sanskrit department. And similarly, one can see on each word of Bhagavad Gita how positive thinking can develop. That can be done so that we will develop a taste towards artificial intelligence, and then we can go for the programming. Once algorithm is developed, then it is easy to develop the program.
Dhanyawad, sir.
Thank you.
नमस्ते सर. हेलो सर, मेरा भी एक डाउट है.
कौन बोल रहा
हेलो
है?
सर.
मंथन,
शामधनु सर. हेलो.
आपका पिक्चर आ गया है क्या?
हेलो सर.
Yeah, I can hear your voice. Can I see your picture also?
Yes. Yes sir.
Yeah. Very good. Mr. Santanu.
Yes sir. सर मेरा यह एक प्रश्न है सर.
बताइए.
सर, हम योग शब्द के लेके अनेक शास्त्र में भिन्न प्रकार से पढ़ते हैं. जैसे कि हमने पढ़ा योग दर्शन में यमा नियमा आसन प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार धारणा ध्यान समाधि, ये जो 8 प्रकार के जो स्टेप बताए गए योग दर्शन में, उसी प्रकार योग प्रतिक्रिया में कहा गया कि आसनम कुंभकम
Narayan Das, can you mute your voice because it is disturbing others' question. Can you please mute your speaker? Narayan Das ji. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. आप कंटिन्यू करिए संतानु.
हाँ जी सर, मेरा यह प्रश्न है कि हमने योग शब्द को लेके भिन्न शास्त्र में अनेक प्रकार से प्रणाली को मतलब ग्रहण करके हम प्रणाली को अभ्यास करते हैं. जैसे कि हमने प्रथम योग दर्शन में देखेंगे तो यमा नियमा आसन प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार धारणा ध्यान समाधि, ये 8 प्रकार के हम प्रणाली स्टेप बाय स्टेप करते हैं. उसी तरह हम देखेंगे हठयोग प्रतियोगिता में, तो उसमें कहा गया है कि आसनम कुंभकम चित्रम मुद्राक्षम कर्णम तथा अथ नादानुसंधानम अभ्यासानुक्रमः. तो ये भिन्न भिन्न शास्त्र में अलग अलग स्टेप बताया गया है। तो हम जो है वर्तमान परिस्थिति में जो मनुष्य है तो उसको कौन से शास्त्र को लेके अभ्यास करना चाहिए? जैसे कि हम अभी भगवत गीता में देखेंगे, उसमें कहा गया है कि अनाश्रितः कर्म फलम कार्यम कर्म करोति यः ससन्यासी से योगी च नचाक्रियः। इसमें भिन्न भिन्न प्रकार से कहा गया है। तो हमको किसको मान के चलना चाहिए?
ये अष्टांग योगा भगवत गीता में 6th चैप्टर में दिया है।
यस सर।
योग सूत्र में आप अष्टांग योग पढ़ते हैं, 196 वर्सेस है अष्टांग योग का। ऐसे ही भगवत गीता में भी सेम 6th चैप्टर में अष्टांग योग के बारे में भी बताया। बट आपका कहने का ये है कि ये अष्टांग योगा और दूसरा शास्त्रों से इसका कौन सा शास्त्र पढ़ने का, यही क्वेश्चन है ना आपका?
हाँ जी, क्योंकि नाना मुनि ना मतस्थ भिन्ना, अनेक अनेक मुनि अनेक प्रकार से प्रणाली बताए हैं।
हाँ, आपका अल्टीमेट क्वेश्चन यही है कि कौन सा शास्त्र पढ़ने का?
यस सर। मोस्टली इम्पोर्टेंस कौन सा है सर? बहुत सारे शास्त्र हैं योग के विषय में।
तो 2 स्टेटमेंट्स यूज करो आप। एक है ट्रू स्टेटमेंट ऑफ अष्टांग योगा, यमा नियमा सब, कौन सा ट्रू स्टेटमेंट वो ले लो। सिमिलरली दूसरा शास्त्र ग्रंथ संहिता और अर्थशास्त्र फिलॉसफी में कौन सा भी एक सिमिलर वर्ड्स ले लो।
यस सर।
सिमिलर वर्ड्स लेके एक फ्लो डायग्राम डेवलप करो।
यस सर।
एक शास्त्र है भगवत गीता का, दूसरा शास्त्र है। सो आप ट्रू और फॉल्स स्टेटमेंट्स डेटा कलेक्ट करो 500 लोगों से। वो डेटा कलेक्ट करके कितना लोग कौन सा शास्त्र को यस बोलते हैं, कितना लोग नहीं बोलते हैं, उसका यस नो टाइप आंसर का एक बना दो। फिर आपको क्वांटिटेटिव वैलिडेशन हो जाएगा कौन सा शास्त्र पढ़ने से आपका कौन सा रियल टेक्स्ट बुक है। यही है अल्गोरिथम। एक अल्गोरिथम डेवलप करो ये दोनों शास्त्र का। सिमिलर वर्ड्स ले लो, उसको एक सर्वे डेटा कलेक्ट करो। वो डेटा के माध्यम से आप कौन सा शास्त्र पढ़ने से यस नो को काउंट करो। फिर आपको खुद ही मालूम हो जाएगा कि कौन सा शास्त्र पढ़ने का, कौन सा ये पढ़ने का। ये सिंपल क्वेश्चन है, ये सिंपल आंसर भी है। 500 लोगों के यस नो टाइप को कलेक्ट करो, फिर ये बिगिनिंग ऑफ आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस प्रोग्रामिंग है।
यस सर।
सर नमस्कार सर।
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, sir. Any others, please?
Hello sir.
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello.
अभिषेक कुमार।
Namaste, sir.
नमस्कार जी।
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question. Do we need to, as yoga students, I'm a yoga student. I'm in BSc Yoga final year. Do we need to learn any programming languages like C++, C, Python, Java for this purpose? Is it practically relevant to us?
Algorithm is nothing to do with programming.
Okay, sir.
Logical framework is nothing to do with your C++ or artificial intelligence programming.
Okay.
Be clear on that particular thing. You don't have to learn.
Okay, sir.
Because already softwares are available. Like SPSS, you know that software is available. We never write any software. We simply put the data and get the output. That's why software SPSS costs 4 lakh rupees in the open market. क्योंकि आप लोग नहीं सब पढ़ने से हम लोग एज हो जाएगा, हम लोग भी बूढ़े हो जाएंगे तो और नहीं पढ़ने का।
Okay, sir.
तो ऑलरेडी रेडीमेड सॉफ्टवेयर आर अवेलेबल। आपका काम क्या होगा, डेटा कलेक्ट करो, उसमें फीड करो बस।
Okay, sir.
बट उसका क्यों फीड कर रहे हैं ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग जरूरत है, इसलिए मैं ये लेक्चर लिया था।
Okay. Okay, sir. Got it.
Thank you.
Hello sir, good morning sir. My name is Ishwar.
Yours is not audible, Mr. Manthan.
Can you hear me sir now?
Yeah, I can hear.
So my name is Ishwar. I'm also student of Lakshmi Narayana, sir. So my question is, do you have any open data set to develop this model, sir, with you?
I'm yet to get the data set because I have not surveyed so far. My students, I have told my students to collect the data and give and test this model because this was published in 22. So one has to test the model here in Indian context. They have developed a Canadian model, but we have to develop and localize and indigenize this model at our Tirupati level or at Haridwar level. So it's a good topic for the students to collect the data and just plug in and get the paper done.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Because I work with a bit of modeling, so just curious to know if there is any open data set to develop the models.
Sarji, it's very good you are working on modeling. See, 2019, one paper is published by another Indian community only in America somewhere. The paper reference I'm having. See, modeling is a great concept. One has to undertake, especially for the Sanskrit language, linguistics.
Yes.
Modeling is very much essential for Sanskrit language, where Bhagavad Gita invariably is a background reference where one can develop innumerable models. But our models developed should be tested with some sample data. See, you take university, your own university, you don't require a big data or anything. You take up your own university data. How many people are there in the university?
That and I know, but yeah, I can get it from my sir. That I can try definitely. Yeah.
It is very simple. So take the university data and just use the symbol, that summation sign and division, and you get that so that you will get confident. Yes, this my model is right. Your prediction model is right. That you put the algorithm first. That should be the model for you, and then later on we can do the testing of the model through the data.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I'll try. Thank you very much.
Sir, namaste, sir.
Bataiye, madam ji.
Sir, can we have reference papers what you are studying as a resource?
Oh, if you put the name called Paramgowda and student's name Sadhana and Adore in Google search, you will get a number of papers, madam ji.
Sir, especially regarding 2022 publication of what you are saying, like Canadian data, which we have kept, that one, sir.
Okay. I have given in the slides, no, in that notes, no, at the end. I have given the reference, author's name, and the title of the. If you can talk to this our Rahul.
Yes, sir.
No, in that slides, I have given the reference.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
I am Kiran, student of Lakshmi Narayana, sir.
You are in the hostel room now?
Sorry, sir?
You are in the hostel room?
No, sir. Actually, I am online student, actually. Via yoga, I learned the yoga.
అది కాదు, మీ డ్రెస్ చూస్తుంటే మీరు ఎక్కడ హాస్టల్ రూమ్ లో ఫ్రీగా కనెక్షన్ చేసుకున్నట్లా కనబడిస్తున్నారు.
లేదు సార్. యాక్చువల్ గా థింగ్ ఏంటంటే యోగా చేసుకుందామని యోగా చేశాను, అట్లా కంటిన్యూ చేశాను సార్.
అట్లా కంటిన్యూ చేస్తున్నారా? వెరీ గుడ్. ఏం యోగా?
మా క్రియా యోగానే సార్, మా సార్ దగ్గర నేర్చుకున్నాను.
క్రియా యోగా. అట్లయితే మీరు 16వ తారీఖు ఇక్కడ ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీలో సత్కర్మ పైన ఒక లెక్చర్ ఉంది, తెలుసా మీకు?
తెలియదు సార్.
సత్కర్మ క్రియా యోగా పైననే ఒక లెక్చర్ ఇస్తున్నాము, మీరు అటెండ్ అవ్వండి. ఎందుకంటే మీరు క్రియ చేస్తున్నారు కదా. సో హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది ఇంటర్నల్ బాడీ అండ్ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ బాడీకి. అది బాగుంటుంది. మీకు ఆంధ్ర యూనివర్సిటీ 16th, 17th ఉంది అనమాట.
షూర్ సార్.
నేను లింక్ కావాల్సింటే పంపిస్తాను మీకు. 16th, 17th అటెండ్ అవ్వండి. తర్వాత మీ క్వశ్చన్ ఏమో చెప్పండి.
మా క్వశ్చన్ సార్, యాక్చువల్ గా మనకు భగవద్గీతలో పాజిటివిటీ థింకింగ్ అనుకున్నాం కదా. పాజిటివిటీ థింకింగ్ ఒక వర్డ్ కౌంట్ తీసుకొని టాప్ 100 వర్డ్స్ వీటి వలన ఎక్కువ పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ వచ్చే అవకాశం ఉంది అనుకున్నాము. ప్లస్ మన అల్గారిథం ఇంకొక నా డౌట్ ఏంటంటే ఇది ఆ పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ అంటే ఆ వర్డ్స్ మీనింగ్ తెలిసి ఆ వర్డ్స్ మీనింగ్ ఎక్కువ సార్లు తెలిసి ఆ వర్డ్స్ మీనింగ్ వలన మైండ్ లో జరిగే చర్యల వలన పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ వస్తుందా, ప్లస్ ఓన్లీ ఎంత అవసరం లేకుండా ఓన్లీ ఆ వర్డ్స్ ఇచ్చే వైబ్రేషన్స్ వల్ల కూడా వచ్చే పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ ఉందా? ఆ రెండింటి మీద ఏమన్నా మనం ఆర్ఎండి చేసాం. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఆత్మ అనింది, ఇప్పుడు ఆత్మ అనే వర్డ్ నాకు మీనింగ్ తెలియడం, అంటే మంచి ప్రవర్తన అనింది, మంచి ప్రవర్తన వర్డ్ మీనింగ్ తెలియడం వలన నాలో పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ రావడం ఒకటే. ఓన్లీ ఆ వర్డ్ సాంస్క్రిట్ వర్డ్ ఉన్న వైబ్రేషన్స్ నాకు అసలు తెలుగు రాదు, సాంస్క్రిట్ రాదు, నాకు తెలియదు, అసలు భగవద్గీత ఏంటో తెలియదు. జస్ట్ లిజన్ చేస్తున్నాను. నేను లిజన్ చేస్తుంటేనే ఆ వైబ్రేషన్స్ తో పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ వచ్చే అవకాశం కూడా ఉండొచ్చు, ఉంటాయి. కానీ అలాగేమన్నా వాటి మీద వస్తాయి, దాని మీద ఏమన్నా ఆర్ఎండి చేసాము సార్ మనం?
ఇట్స్ ఎ గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్. ఇప్పుడు వర్డ్స్, ఎవ్రీ వర్డ్ హ్యాస్ పవర్.
Yes sir.
ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ పవర్. ఒక మాట అదే ఇప్పుడు సద్గురు మాట్లాడితే, లేకపోతే మన ఆల్సో ఆర్ట్ ఆఫ్ రవి పండిత్ రవి సార్, రవి ఆర్ట్ ఆఫ్ లివింగ్ ఆయన పోలీస్ మాట్లాడినప్పుడు చాలా పవర్ ఉంటుంది ఆ వర్డ్స్ లో. వైబ్రేషన్స్ ని మనము ఆల్ఫా, బీటా, గామా, డెల్టా అనేసి 4 విధాల ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ మెజర్మెంట్ చేస్తాము. సపోజ్ ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఉన్నారు, క్రియ చేస్తున్నారు, మీ నార్మల్ లెవెల్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఒక వర్డ్ కంటేనే 16 సైకిల్స్ పర్ సెకండ్, 16 సైకిల్స్ అన్ని ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ మెజర్మెంట్ చేస్తాం. 16 సైకిల్స్ ఉంటుంది. మీరు చేసిన తర్వాత 8 సైకిల్స్ తీసుకుని వస్తే ఆ వైబ్రేషన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉంది అని అర్థము.
తీసుకోవచ్చు అనుకుంటారు.
ఇప్పుడు క్యాథెటర్ ఉంది, క్యాథెటర్ నేతి ఉంది. మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేసే ముందర ఒకసారి మీ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఎంత ఉంది, స్టాండర్డ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ, సెకండరీ డేటా అంటే 16 సైకిల్స్ ఒక నార్మల్ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ కి.
అవును సార్.
అవునా?
అవును సార్.
16 to 20 అని చెప్తారు. మీరు 16 సైకిల్స్ ఉంది. మీరు ఇప్పుడు నేతి చేసినారు, క్రియ చేసినారు. ఆ తర్వాత మీ బ్రీతింగ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ అంత మెజర్మెంట్ చేయండి. 8 సైకిల్స్ వస్తాయినా దేర్ ఈజ్ ఇంప్రూవ్మెంట్ విత్ ది హెల్ప్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఆఫ్ ది మైండ్.
గాట్ ఇట్ సార్.
16 నుంచి 8 సైకిల్స్ మీరు తీసుకుని వస్తాయినా దట్ మీన్స్ యువర్ క్రియ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఎఫెక్టివ్.
ఓకే సార్, అండర్స్టాండ్.
అంతే. మైండ్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీస్ ఆల్ఫా, బీటా, గామా అనేసి దాన్ని కేటగరైజ్ చేసినారు. ఆ కేటగరైజేషన్ లో ఏ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ కింద వస్తుందని మీరు 16 నుంచి 8 తీసుకుని వస్తే, 8 నుంచి ఇంకా టీకి వస్తే మీరు పెద్ద యోగి అవుతారు. నేను మీ దగ్గరకు వచ్చి పాఠాలు నేర్చుకుంటాను.
లేదు సార్, యాక్చువల్ గా మేము అబ్జర్వ్ చేశాను. యాక్చువల్ గా ఇప్పుడు కార్ లో పోతున్నప్పుడు కూడా మ్యూజిక్ పెట్టుకుంటాం. ఇప్పుడు కొన్ని యోగ సూత్ర కానీ శివతాండం ఇట్లాంటివి పెట్టుకుంటే వైబ్రేషన్స్ వేరైతాయి. కానీ అది ఎలా దాన్ని కాల్కులేట్ ఎలా చేయాలో తెలియదు, కానీ అది వీ కెన్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. ఇప్పుడు కాల్కులేట్ ఎట్లా చేయాలో చూసాను సార్. కొంచెం కాల్కులేట్ చేస్తాం, మ్యూజిక్ పెట్టుకొని మన శ్వాస ఎలా పనిచేస్తుంది.
చాలా సింపుల్ క్యాల్కులేషన్. మీరు ఒక అలారం పెట్టుకోండి. అలారం పెట్టుకోండి కదా, అలారం పెట్టి ఒక నిమిషానికి పెట్టుకోండి.
ఓకే సార్.
ఆ 1 నిమిషంలో మీరు ఎన్నిసార్లు ఊపిరి పీలుస్తారు, ఊపిరి వదులుతారు, అది నోట్బుక్ లో ఎంట్రీ చేయండి. అవునా?
అవును సార్.
ఇది వచ్చేసి ప్రీ బ్రీతింగ్ రేట్ వైబ్రేషన్ ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ. ఇది సైకిల్స్ అంటాము. దీన్ని టెక్నికల్ గా హెడ్స్ అంటాము. హెడ్స్ అంటే సైంటిస్ట్ వాడు ఎవడు సైకిల్స్ కనిపెట్టినాడో దానిపైన ఎన్ని బ్రీతింగ్ ఒక సెకండ్ మీరు తీసుకుంటారో దాన్ని మెజర్ చేయండి. అలారం తీసి పెట్టుకొని నోట్బుక్ లో ఎంట్రీ చేయండి. క్రియ చేసుకుంటారా? క్రియ చేసిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఇంకొకసారి అలారం సెట్ చేయండి. ఒక మినిట్. అప్పుడు బ్రీతింగ్ ఎన్ని సైకిల్స్ అని, లెఫ్ట్ రైట్ ఒక సైకిల్ అన్నమాట. ఒకసారి ఆక్సిజన్ తీసుకునేసి కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ వదిలేస్తే అది ఒక సైకిల్ అన్నమాట.
ఓకే సార్, గాట్ ఇట్.
సో ఆ ఒక్క సైకిల్ లో మీరు ఆఫ్టర్ క్రియ అది నోట్బుక్ లో ఎంట్రీ చేయండి. అవునా? So you got a pre-post data of Kiran Kumar Reddy Gardi. Kiran Kumar Reddy Gardi pre-post data is available. Apply this. Suppose I repeat with all these 42 people who are present here. Then you apply the t-test. Statistical t-test apply cheyandi. Statistical t-test లేకపోతే Pi-square test లేకపోతే F distribution test చేస్తే significance, statistical significance మీకు less than 0.001 వస్తేనా, that means you are excellent in your Kriya method. Not only you, but all 42 people who are present here, you can say that your data is excellent. మీరు ఒక్కరే చేసుకోవాలంటే మీరు జస్ట్ ఒక రోజు అలారం తీసుకోండి, నోట్బుక్ లో ఎంటర్ చేసుకోండి, దాన్ని డేటా తీసుకోండి, మీరే జడ్జ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు రిపీట్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఫర్ అదర్స్, దెన్ టేక్ ఆల్ ద 42 people, దెన్ అప్లై ది స్టాటిస్టికల్ టెస్ట్ అండ్ SPSS వర్షన్ 26 ఉంది, దాన్ని యూజ్ చేస్తే దెన్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ఫంటాస్టిక్ రిజల్ట్స్. అదే మీ PhD పేపర్ కూడా అవుతుంది. క్రియా పైననే ఒక పేపర్ కూడా చేయొచ్చు.
రైట్ సార్.
చేస్తారా?
చేస్తాను సార్.
చేయండి. నేను తిరుపతికి ఎవ్రీ మంత్ వస్తూ ఉంటాను, వచ్చినప్పుడు వచ్చి కలుస్తా.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్స్ అలాట్ సార్.
Thank you very much, sir. Is there any
now I
సార్ నమస్తే.
నమస్కారం అమ్మగారు.
సార్ I am from Tirupati. My name is Bhagyalakshmi, sir. Hello.
మేడం గారు.
Sir, namaste. I am very thankful to our Lord Venkateswara to meet like yoga god like you, sir. Sir, 60 years above వాళ్ళకి ఈజీ యోగా సూత్రాస్ కానీ, యోగా ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ కానీ, యోగా ఆసనాస్ కానీ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా సార్? ఎనీ బుక్స్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా?
ఉన్నాయి మేడం గారు, చాలా ఉన్నాయి. ఎందుకంటే మేమేం చేస్తాము, అబౌవ్ 60 years అంటే సీనియర్ సిటిజన్స్ అంటాము, ఎల్డర్స్ అంటాము.
సీనియర్ సిటిజన్స్
ఇప్పుడు నేను ఉన్నాను, నేను 66 ఎంతో ఉండాలి నాకు కూడా.
ఓకే సార్, I am 64.
సో మేమంతా సీనియర్ సిటిజన్స్ అన్నమాట.
మనం సార్.
సో నేను యోగా ఏం చేస్తాను చెప్తాను చూడండి.
చెప్పండి సార్.
మీరు ఫిజికల్ గా బాగా ఫిట్ గా ఉంటే గినా, ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు నేను 40 సంవత్సరం 30 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి యోగా చేస్తున్నా. వివేకానంద కేంద్ర కన్యాకుమారి నుంచి యోగా చేస్తున్నాను అనమాట. నాగేంద్ర గారు మా గురువు గారు ఆయన. అప్పటి నుంచి చేస్తున్నాను. ఇప్పటి వరకు ఒక ఏమి శరీరానికి కానీ మైండ్ కానీ ఏమి రాలేదు. జీవితం అంతా ఇట్లా వాండరింగ్ మాంక్, అంటే అన్ని జాగాలో ఆల్ ఓవర్ ద వరల్డ్ నేను పోతూ ఉంటాను. ఈ విధంగానే ఉన్నాను అనమాట. ఒక జలుబు లేదు, ఒక జ్వరం లేదు, ఏమీ లేదనమాట. ఇప్పుడు కూడా మేము వాక్ 10-20 kilometers పాదయాత్ర చేస్తూ ఉంటాం అనమాట. రోజు ఇది అలవాటు అనమాట. ఆసన ప్రాణాయామం చేస్తుంటాము. ఆ విధంగా బాడీ మీకు బాగా ఉంటే గినా, డయాబెటీస్ లేకుండా ఏదన్నా హార్ట్ ప్రాబ్లం లేకుండా ఉంటే గినా, దెన్ యూ కెన్ do the regular asana and pranayama like any young student, because you look very strong and you are looking very positive from your mind. Body may get old, but mind will never get aged. అమ్మగారు, మీరు మైండ్ లో చాలా పవర్ఫుల్. బాడీ ఏజ్ వివేకానంద చెప్పినట్టు ఇది పాత షర్ట్ ని మేము ఎట్లా తీసేసి కొత్త షర్ట్ వేసుకుంటాం, ఈ శరీరం కూడా అంతే. సో ఏజ్ కి మెజర్మెంట్ చేయొద్దండి. మీరు మైండ్ స్ట్రాంగ్ గానే ఉన్నారు, ఏ ఆసనన్నా చేయొచ్చు మీరు. 60 years అనేది ఫిజికల్ కి, బట్ మైండ్ కి లేదు.
యంగ్ సార్, మైండ్ ఈస్ ఆల్వేస్
యంగ్. యు ఆర్ వెరీ యంగ్. సో మీరు యంగ్ గానే ఉండాలా, ఏమి ఇది లేదు, అన్ని చేయొచ్చు. మీరు ఏమైనా ఉంటే కినా మనము వీ కెన్ డిస్కస్ ఫర్దర్. సపోజ్ డయాబెటీస్ ఉంటే కినా వాళ్ళకి స్పెసిఫిక్ ఆసన ప్రాణాయామ థెరపీ టెక్నిక్స్ ఆర్ అప్లికబుల్ ఫర్దర్ అన్నమాట.
ఇప్పుడు కోర్స్ చేస్తున్నా సార్, యూనివర్సిటీలో 1 month కోర్స్ చేస్తున్నా నేను యోగా. చాలా బాగా చెప్తున్నారు సారు మాకు. లోకేష్ సారు, లక్ష్మీనారాయణ సార్ ద్వారా. మీరు చెప్పిన చాలా మాకు స్ఫూర్తినిచ్చింది సార్. మీ యొక్క స్పీచ్ అంతా కూడా ప్రపంచంలోని యోగా, ఆయుర్వేదిక్ 2 ఒకటైతే దేనైనా బీట్ చేయొచ్చు అనేటటువంటి ఒక వర్డ్ చెప్పారు చూడండి. ఓన్లీ ఇండియానే కాదు సార్, యూనివర్స్నే బీట్ చేయొచ్చు. అంతే కదా సార్? మన యోగా మన యోగా
100% రైట్ అమ్మగారు.
అది సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir. Is there any? Now I request Dr. Rahul Kumar Sharma, please express vote of thanks.
Yes. So namaste everybody. And namaste sir. And distinguished guest, chief guest, guest of honor, special guest, and a speaker. On behalf of the Department of Yoga, NSU Tirupati, I take privilege of proposing vote of thanks. We are happy that the 8th International Yoga Day has been organized and conducted extremely very well. First of all, my sincere thanks to our chief guest, Professor Radhakant Thakur, for accepting the invitation and being with us here in the morning. Thank you, sir. That's a very interesting and you organizing our program, and you give some useful information also. Next, my sincere thanks to guest of honor, Commander Challa Venkateshwar, Registrar of the National Sanskrit University, for being with us and spending his valuable time and giving great insight on yoga. Next, my sincere thanks to special guest GSR Krishnamurthy sir for his insight on yoga and his speech. So next, I thank beloved speaker Professor Paran Gowda sir for his great insight into the yoga academic research and his findings in various disciplines and also in yoga. Also on today's topic, use of the artificial intelligence in designing algorithm to predict yoga approach towards the positive and the wellness. Next, my sincere thanks to my colleague, students, and everyone who has taken their interest in the event and actively involved in the session. I would like to thank the media and non-teaching staff for the arranging and necessary equipment and supplies for the program. Last but not least, I thank to the students for their active participation in the event. Thank you one and all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
ధన్యవాదం సార్. ధన్యవాదాలు.
నమస్కారం సార్.
సార్ మీరు చక్కగా తెలుగులో మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. వీఆర్ ప్లానింగ్ టు ఇన్వైట్ యూ ఆఫ్లైన్ ప్రెజెంటేషన్ ఆల్సో సార్. అందులో మీరు చాలా ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇచ్చారు సార్. మీరు ఎవ్రీ మంత్ వస్తుంటారన్నారు. కాబట్టి తప్పకుండా మేము డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ యోగ విజ్ఞాన మిమ్మల్ని సాధారణంగా ఆహ్వానించి వీఆర్ మేక్ యూస్ ఆఫ్ యువర్ రీసెర్చ్ నాలెడ్జ్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ డెఫినెట్లీ టు ది పర్పస్ ఆఫ్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ అండ్ స్టూడెంట్స్ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ సార్.
డెఫినెట్ వస్తాం సార్. ఇది ఏం లేదు, యాక్చువల్గా ఈ రోజు వచ్చిండాల మా ఫ్రెండ్ అక్కడ 12 గంటలకు వచ్చినాడు మిడ్ నైట్ అందుకోసం తిరుపతికి ఇప్పుడు బెంగళూరులో